Today we're going to go over Goldfaber from Faber-Castell Colored Pencils. For the Aqua, we'll just look at the swatch chart I've already done, but for the regular, we're going to do swatches on black paper, we're going to do swatches on regular paper, and then we're going to color with these. We're going to blend with them to see how they blend, and we're going to compare them a little bit to the Polychromos. We'll have to save it for another video to do a full comparison, but I'll give you a little sneak peek at how they compare to the Polychromos. Spoiler alert, they're great. The color selection is the same as the Polychromos, and they blend pretty well. They have light fastness. They have a lot of the great characteristics of the Polychromos at a fraction of the price. They do only come in 48 colors as opposed to 120 colors, so that's where you're going to see the biggest difference is the color selection. I'm Jenny from Jenny's Crayon Collection. I help you guys find the coolest art supplies out there for whatever project you're doing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. And I already have a ton of videos out there, so you can go check them out. Whether you like colored pencils, you like crayons, you like markers, I have a whole bunch out there. Let's get this started. Faber-Castell, and I'm super grateful they sent them to me. I'll tell you a little bit about them. So let's open the box. This is pretty similar to the Polychromos box. They even have these little trays to come out, and they're super nice that they come out. They're all individually put in there. The color names are not on the colored pencil, but they have a number, and that number corresponds to the Polychromos ones. So I went through and I found out all the names for you, and I have this chart to print out. We also have the Faber-Castell Goldfaber Aqua pencils, and they are very similar. They also come in 48. They are the same colors, except for these straight sides instead of smooth, and they are gray. So they're easy to tell apart, and at the bottom, all of these have the paint of the colored pencil on them, so it's really easy to tell what colored pencil are. I have swatched both of these. I'm going to just swatch these for today, but I've also swatched these, and I can show you the video what those look like. They're very pretty. They also come with this set that shows all about this. So they're 48 bright and ultra fast colors. 3.3 millimeter lead is glued to the entire pencil, making extremely break resistant, and water-based varnish protecting the pencils is environmentally friendly. Then we have a color chart right here. I'm trying something different today. I'm really zoomed in. So these are the Goldfaber, and we're gonna go through them all and swatch them. So on the pencil, let's look at that. Got a little paint. I was painting yesterday. On the pencil, you only see the color number. That is because they didn't put the color name, but these correspond to the regular Polychromos names. We just have to find it on here, and then we can color it in. I made this sheet. This one is light ultramarine. So what I do, I kind of made these squares big. They come in here, and then you can fade away. You can bring it in a little bit more. I'm gonna try doing my swatches on this. So let's see. Yeah, this paper is different than the other paper that I did these swatches on. I feel like I like the other paper a little bit better. It's interesting how all the colored pencils color on different mediums. All right, this one is 120. Ultramarine. Oh, it could just be, the paper's fine, but it could be the board right here is kind of soft, has a foam core, and maybe it just didn't do very well with that. All right, 143. Oh, these are actually in order, so they'll be super nice. Yeah, look at how nice these are. Such a pretty pencil. Next we have 151. So you will be able to find this swatch chart on my website or in the link. I'll leave a link below, and you can download this. I really love these colored pencils. 137, blue violet. I did a swatch chart. It was super pretty. On like a heavy like watercolor type paper. I loved it. 136, these 136. Okay, let me go back up to here. Purple violet. Look at that lay down. That is super nice. And what we can do too is like, since these are the same as Polychromos, we can compare the two. We have 133. Oh, look at that color come out. The colors are super pretty. I think the only downfall is that you only get 48 colors instead of the 120. I wonder if they did that intentionally. So they wouldn't have to compete with themselves. 125. Love, love, love. Okay. Fuchsia. After this, we'll color a little bit of these to get an idea of how they blend, how they go down. Crimson. You can see they flake a little bit. Light magenta. So it really, really depends on your paper. This paper, I feel like it doesn't pick up the pigment as well as the watercolor paper did. That makes sense. Like color paper absorbed the, I think it's warm press paper, beige red. Coral. Really pretty colors. Okay, salmon, 130. I think I'm gonna love the swatch chart because it has the names on it. My other swatch chart didn't, because I'm like, I was just trying to make it super fast to get the Creativation video out. If you haven't checked that out, you should. There's so many cool art supplies in there. Permanent Carmine. That's what I do. I bring you the coolest art supplies. But I was just trying to get it out, the swatches out, so I could show you on the video. So this time I actually took some time to find all the swatches, which was really cool. I did find one color, light blue, which, did we already do that one? No, we haven't. 147. When we get to it, I'll show you. But that one was one that was not in the Polychromos set, and I'm wondering if it was because of its light fastness. I didn't realize that light fastness tests were so involved. I was like, ooh, it would be fun to recreate on my own. Oh, no, they like, I guess it's a really expensive process. But these are supposed to be light fast. They said it on the packaging, but there's no like stars or whatnot. I don't know then, but that's what it said. Dark cadmium orange. I didn't even look at the name. Hopefully it's the right one. But look at these pretty swatches. I love making a pretty swatch chart. It makes me happy. Alright, 109, dark It's like super early. It's still Saturday, and I need to film during the week. And I have had people working on my basement, and that's where I film. Wait, was that? Oh, this is right. I was like, 108. Wait, this is 108. So I had people working on my basement, and sometimes I would just, you know, come down here during the week and film, and it's really hard to film if you don't know when they're going to be here or not. But and they said they're gone. They haven't really finished everything, but they're going to come back and put the vanity in when that gets built, so hopefully they'll finish everything then. Light cadmium yellow. So if you have this set and you don't have the names, here are the names for you. The set is really nice. I like it a lot. I do wish there were more colors. 104. But the color palette that they chose for it is super awesome. And you can make, oh, this is white. I've seen some people do like a black and then a white on top of it. I just color white. But I guess you could do what you want. Here's the tray. Look at that. I love it. 147. Like skip the greens. Oh, this is light blue, the one I was telling you guys about. So this one I don't think is in the Polychromos set because I was actually matching all of these. I was looking at one of my old blog posts on the Polychromos Colored Pencils, and you know how you just do it. Control F to find things on the computer. Well, I looked for it. I was like 147. Oh, not there. So then I had to go to the Faber-Castell web page, and I found it there. 149. Do you guys like it zoomed in like this? I thought, hey, they might like it. It's super zoomed in. They can see everything I'm doing. There we go. 153, cobalt turquoise. $156, cobalt green. We'll have to see how these blend together, so that will be our next test. 150, deep cobalt green. And then we'll color with them. Let's see how they look. Light phthalo green. And then we have phthalo green. Phthalo. I don't even know how you say that. I should really look it up. Tell you guys the meaning of it. Right, then I think we'll go down back to emerald green. Yep. Super pretty. And then we go to permanent green. So I will definitely keep the swatch chart handy. The aquas are the same grass green, like the same colors. So you can use this chart with aqua. And I won't do the aqua ones today. I can show you that one at the end, what they look like. If I have this chart, I know what all the colors are. Permanent olive green. So anyway, I'm really excited to be able to film again during the week and hopefully get the videos out to you at the end of the week like I have been. So if I film on like Wednesday or Thursday, I can edit it instead of trying to film everything on Saturday and then edit everything on Saturday, especially because my computer, I know I've said this before, but I need a new graphics card, and I can't tell you how many hours, 183, I have been looking for these graphics cards, light ochre, light yellow ochre, and they are just non-existent right now. Like even the old ones, they're overpriced. New Egg sends me these emails every day. I enter their shuffle. I mean, I think it's been, I don't know if it's been a whole year that graphics card have been like this, but I'm like, I almost just want to buy a new computer so I can get a graphics card. Because it takes forever. Like, I have a 30-minute video and it takes like 5 hours to process it. And I'm not even processing it in like 4K video. I want to do 4K, and I did 4K when I started. My computer handled it, and the graphics card is like slowly, like just not been able to handle it. So I tried to process. I tried to do 4K on my graphics card right now with my computer, and it like lags. And I'm like, this video would take like 2 hours to go through it. So eventually we'll get there. We'll get a new graphics card. I'll be all good. Van Dyke Brown. And I still want to figure out why it's called this, because this color exists in like a ton of companies. So I should do a video just on like all the different color names out there. And how they came to be. 273. Super, super pretty. I can see the whole chart right now. I'll show it to you guys in a minute. 233, but it looks like awesome. All together. I was like, I didn't know. I just did it in the order they are in the box. $1.99. So I was like, because I did another swatch chart with it and it looked fine. So I'll just do the order. I did switch it around. For some reason, they always have like the yellows at the beginning, and I like my reds and my yellow, all that at the beginning. So I switched that around. But it follows like the order of the box. Okay, one last one, and we're done with this box. Here is a completed chart. Look at those pretty colors. Which one is your favorite? I love that they have the name of the color on it. I think that just adds. So this is the bamboo paper from Hahnemuhle. Look at that, how pretty it is. I feel like it just absorbs it a little. Like some of the flakiness that I got on here, I didn't get on this one. You can also print it on something like this. I just wanted to try it on the smooth paper too. I think it's fun to have swatches in different things. We didn't test black paper, which we probably should. That would be awesome. So maybe I'll go grab some black paper so we can test that. And then I wanted to show you guys the watercolor. Ignore some of these smudges. I had this all done and my daughter came over and started spraying my swatches. And of course the watercolor ones, they're watercolors, so things went everywhere a little bit. But these are the pencils, so they're really easy to tell the difference between the two pencils. This one's like dark gray, this one's light gray, so you won't get them confused, which I think is really cool that they did that, but the colors are the same, so you can use them on both. This is the Hahnemuhle cold press paper. And it's super pretty. I feel like that detail there is just awesome. I really liked how I did the square lines. I did make it like, so I colored inside the lines this time. But then when I only did half of it so you could see what it looks like without putting down the watercolor. Maybe we'll try this on black paper and then we will try coloring some pages. We are gonna try out these on black paper. I have no clue if they will work or not. So be fair warned. I have this one in front of me, so I'll just follow the same one that I did before. What you can do is like this. Just draw your squares. Going down pretty good. I can see it, so that's awesome. I started doing this, I can't remember what video. I'm like, that's so cool to see art supplies on like different, that one goes down really well on black paper. Let's see, 125. We've got 123. That one's super bright. Yeah, I just like to do so many swatches. These are super easy to lay down too. Some of the ones that are like, I feel like sometimes when you get colored pencils that are the student quality, sometimes they don't go on the black paper as well. Or like go down as easy, I mean. Or probably on the black paper. These ones are really smooth, like a great alternative to the Polychromos if you don't want to spend. They still run about, I think they're about $40 for a set. I mean, they're not the cheapest hobbyist colored pencil out there. Faber-Castell also, I have not tried them. They do have a line that's like for school children. These are looking really, really pretty. I will say the first time I sharpened these up, I forgot to say in the other thing, when I sharpened these up, 126, the tips would break when they were like super pointy, but now they like aren't breaking at all. I think it just like that it was so pointy and thin, it got to such a good point. Some people love their colored pencils like super sharp. I like them sharp and not like ultra sharp like they were. I like it just to have that edge so you can do what you want with it, but I'm not super picky. 118. Okay, that's our next one to go up here. These are looking awesome. So I just made this video twice as long now, right? Doing these swatches. Okay. 109. So this is if you don't use the sheet I provided, you can do it on something like this. 108. Those are showing up amazing. 107. I did move white then, because white is actually next to all these yellows. These yellows are like the beginning, which don't ask me why. Look at how pretty, and they're so different. Sometimes when you color with different mediums on black paper, they can look similar. Okay, I have to go 173. So the darker colors, like this one doesn't show up as well, but these are 173. Blend pretty good together. And we'll check that out afterwards. 167. Look at how nice that is. It's so pretty. My swatch chart book is gonna get super full. I need to make like one just for colored pencils, one just for markers. I'm glad I've been starting to do these on black paper. So if you look at some of my other videos, it's funny, my swatch videos, I should redo 266, even though they're not that old. I should redo some of my other videos, because I think the Polychromos ones I just did on really, I didn't even do it on like the nicer printer paper. I just did it on like just like Target. Not that it's not, they have decent paper if you're printing off like worksheets and stuff, but if you're trying to do art, it's a no-go. So I printed off on like, what was it? Just this paper from Target. That's what I did my swatches. And I didn't even color with the Polychromos at all. So we'll have to do that. Maybe a video comparing the two. There's 120 of those. I'm like, I don't want to do that swatch chart again. It just takes forever. Okay. 158. So you definitely see there's a few of them that just really don't show up. But it's really cool, the versatility, like how some of these like maybe don't show up on okay, I was gonna say they all pretty much show up on white paper, and they're all pigmented and pretty. But then they also are showing up on here, and they're not like the same color, because sometimes I see it's like, oh, that looks like it's the same color. This is probably the nicest. I think when I'm doing swatch charts like freehand from now on, these squares like really look good. I could go back and redo those other ones I did. The swatches that aren't as nice. 149. You know, I'm just learning here, so. See, even though like that is similar to that one, it's not like the same. And you could fill in some of this like that. Like I could make my swatch chart a little bit nicer. Just trying to get it done so this video isn't like 10 hours long. Okay, so after one. Oh, I was like, oh, I'll show you just a minute. I was like so confused. I was like, I'm looking at this swatch chart over here trying to make it similar. And I come to the end of my pencils and I'm like, there's no more blues. Well, because they're in this tin, the way they package them. Like I said, they put the yellow first, which I changed because I like my violet. You can have it however you would like. Oh. Okay, so I did 156 twice. Interesting there. You guys are probably like, what are you doing? I'm looking at my chart over here. I'm like, they're not matching up. Okay, so we're back on track. This is just gonna be a little bit longer. That column. That one's pretty dark. 37. Oh, then we start over again. Which is probably not going to show up at all. Just a little bit. But look at that gray. That gray shows up. That one's pretty dark. Oh. Oh, that was black again. Oh, gosh. What am I doing here? 199. Twice. That's the second time I did that. Like, that gray is super dark. It doesn't look like it does on the other color. 273. So this one's going to be a long column, too. 76. Look at that one show up. $283. You tell my rectangles are not perfect. Supposed to be a 2. My handwriting is not that great. Also, that's why I like the printed out charts, because I don't have to write things. All right. Some gold. 183. Oh, that one's not gold. This one is gold. 250. Oh, that one shows up nice. And our whites, which will definitely show up. So I'm gonna take, I like taking like a blue, a dark blue. So let's try 151 and blend that with like 147. These are so much fun. I love doing this part. So we'll see how they blend on black paper. And then we'll see how they blend on, look at that. So you don't, it's like, am I gonna get color there? I don't know. But you definitely get some. You get that color blend. That's really pretty. And then we will also try, let's just try the same color, but look at what it looks like if we put white on top of it. That's also fun to do. Let's put a white. So, and then we can try doing this over it. So we definitely get like this newish color. How pretty is that? Are the Polychromos better? Yes, probably. I have not tried all these things with the Polychromos. We'll do the same test, the 147 with the 157 over on this page. 151, I believe it was. Okay. So we'll come in here like this. That is super dark. I feel like the paper, like this paper is a lot better than the smooth paper I had. It just picks up the pigment a lot better. Coming over, let's see what we get. Yep, we're getting a different color right there. You can also do it in little circles too to get that different color. Is that pretty? And then we'll try the white with the 157 like we did on the other one. So that's just pressing as hard as I can. And I'll press this one as hard as I can. Yeah. Get like this navy almost. Well, this, I don't know how to describe it, but it's pretty. So I'm just coming in and with these, going in circles. We definitely get some different colors and they blend. All right, let's try coloring with these real fast. Now we're gonna do the other test. We are gonna color one of these things. And you know what? I printed off this. I wanna let you know it's The World of Wonder by Joanna Basford. I like printing off the pages. You know what we should do is we should try one with Polychromos and one with this. And now we're gonna have the coloring test. So I haven't colored with the Faber-Castell. I didn't do this in the video. So what I figured I was gonna do, I printed off 2 of these pages. I'm gonna try the same one. So I'm gonna do this mushroom and I'm gonna do it red. So let's pick out our red, which is probably permanent carmine. So already I see you're a little bit more limited because of the colors. Let's come in here. So I'm just gonna go over it light and then I can darken in areas that I want to darken in. And I'll probably color this super fast so you guys can see it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. All right, here's our coloring with that. Okay, let's try this with the Polychromos. I think just the color selection will be a little bit different, but you're able to get gradients and stuff like that with this one. I'll just make a little bit more of a gradient so you can really see. You can get the gradients with those two. So you can see this, you can get those gradients, it can be pretty. We are going to take this one and compare with the Polychromos. Since I've never colored the Polychromos. We got our whole big set here. So already you come in here and you look, and like your reds, you have a lot more selections. You can, I did a lot of like blending with the white and just kind of light and dark. You could do like salmon and permanent carmine together, but you get like a lot of different gradients. So that's probably where the Polychromos is going to be the most different, I think, for me at least. There's 3 trays. I don't have to pick the same ones. I'm going to go for like 121 because I think I like that a little bit better because it's a little bit redder. It's not as pink. Can we see a difference? Well, I colored this one twice. I kind of think I knew what I was doing a little bit more. I do like the color choice, but I probably could have made it look a little bit more like this. Here are my 2 that I did with Polychromos and then I did with the Goldfaber. My biggest thing was the color choice. On this one, I had a lot more color choice to choose from. I do like the red a little bit better. I actually liked that brown better, so I incorporated it, but I mixed 2 colors, so then I ended up liking that one a little better. And the green I liked better over here, so I tried to incorporate it over here. I did a darker green and then I brought it in. So I like the blending that I was able to do with the Polychromos. The flowers are pretty much the same. Maybe the yellow I like a little bit better. So I feel like these probably, these are pretty good pencils too. Like, I like how I colored that mushroom better. It's probably just the artist instead of the pencil. The biggest difference, I guess, for me is the amount of colors between the 2 lines. Like, if the Goldfaber had as many colors as the Polychromos, I would say yes, definitely get these ones over these ones. I actually went back because of the color choices in here. It influenced how I used these pencils because sometimes, like, there was too big of a choice in this one, and I ended up liking the simple colors in this one, but I did like the red better in the other one. It's a great color palette, maybe a little bit limited, but not that limited. Sometimes having a limited color palette makes it so you're not going all over the place when you're coloring too. So there's advantages and disadvantages to both, but the quality of both of them are really good. You could still blend, you could still like, I liked how I did this mushroom better here, but I liked how I did that mushroom better over there. So it really is just how you're using the pencils. You can get some of the same effects with the colored pencils. They blend together. I would say probably the Polychromos blends a little bit better, but these still blend really well and they were fun to use. Here are the Goldfaber Faber-Castell Colored Pencils. I got these from. In conclusion, let's just talk about these pencils. I was very impressed. They color very well on black paper. They color very well on this other paper. And they blend together pretty well. I would say they are not like as great as the Polychromos blending, but they are pretty good. And we colored with Polychromos and with Goldfaber. And the only difference, you also have a little bit more colored choices in the Polychromos. But other than that, I love these pencils. The laydown is super awesome. It doesn't hurt your hand. It goes down buttery soft. The colors are vibrant. The pigment's vibrant. There are a lot of great qualities. This pencil, especially for the price, if you're starting out, these are great colored pencils. If you're just coloring like a coloring book page, these are great coloring pencils. You'll love them. You'll have a lot of fun with them. You can do gradients. You can blend together. You can just have a lot of fun with them. I hope you guys like this. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. And we'll see you in the next video.